London, baby. The city that never sleeps, where history meets modernity in the most spectacular way. This city's got it all. From the towering Shard to the historic Tower of London, every corner tells a story. From history and culture to food and fun, London's a non-stop adventure. I'm talking Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, red phone booths, the whole shebang. These iconic symbols are just the tip of the iceberg. But hold on, there's more to this town than meets the eye. Beyond the famous landmarks, there are countless hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. We're going off the beaten path, discovering hidden gems and having a right laugh along the way. From quirky cafes to secret gardens, the adventure never ends. So buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the heart of London. The markets, the street performers, the vibrant energy. It's all here. This ain't your average traveller, folks. We're not just sightseeing. We're experiencing the soul of the city. This is London through my eyes, a whirlwind of iconic landmarks, secret spots and unforgettable moments. And maybe even a cheeky pint or two, because what's a trip to London without a visit to a traditional pub? We'll be rubbing shoulders with the locals, hearing their stories and getting a true taste of London life, trying all the best grub from fish and chips to Sunday roasts and everything in between. And soaking up the electric atmosphere of this incredible city, the hustle and bustle, the diversity, the creativity. It's all part of the charm. Get ready to fall in love with London, one hilarious anecdote at a time. This journey is going to be epic. First things first, we got to pay a visit to the Queen. Well, her house at least. Buckingham Palace stands as a symbol of British royalty and history, a majestic structure that has witnessed countless historical events. Buckingham Palace is a sight to behold, even if you don't bump into Her Majesty. The grandeur of the palace, with its intricate architecture and sprawling gardens, leaves visitors in awe. The changing of the guard ceremony is a must-see, all those marching soldiers in fancy hats. It's like something out of a movie. The precision and pageantry of the ceremony are truly captivating, drawing crowds from all over the world. Local historian, but let's be honest, after all that pomp and circumstance, you need a bit of peace and quiet. The hustle and bustle of the city can be overwhelming, and a serene escape is just what you need. Luckily, London's got parks galore. These green spaces offer a refreshing break from the urban landscape, providing a perfect blend of nature and relaxation. Hyde Park is a classic, perfect for a leisurely stroll or a picnic lunch. With its vast open spaces, beautiful lakes and numerous walking paths, it's an ideal spot to unwind and enjoy the outdoors. And don't even get me started on Regent's Park. It's like stepping into a fairy tale with its rose gardens and boating lake. The vibrant colours and fragrant blooms create a picturesque setting that's perfect for a romantic walk or a peaceful retreat. Pro tip, grab yourself an ice cream from a local vendor and enjoy it by the Serpentine Lake. The cool, creamy treat is the perfect complement to a warm, sunny day. Trust me, it's the perfect way to spend a sunny afternoon in London. Whether you're lounging by the lake, exploring the gardens, or simply soaking up the sun, London's parks offer a delightful escape from the city's hustle and bustle. Listen, no trip to London is complete without a proper cuppa. It's a quintessential part of the British experience, a tradition that has been cherished for centuries. And I'm not talking about some weak, lukewarm brew. No, this is the real deal. A robust, flavorful tea that warms you from the inside out. We're talking the real deal, strong, milky, and best enjoyed with a side of scones and clotted cream. The scones, freshly baked, are a delight, especially when paired with rich, clotted cream and sweet jam. Afternoon tea at the Ritz is an experience and a half, but there are plenty of charming little tea rooms tucked away down side streets too. These hidden gems offer a cozy atmosphere and a more intimate experience. Tourist media, tourists listening to a historical tour guide near the Tower of London. Now, after you've had your fill of tea and scones, it's time for a history lesson. London is a city steeped in history, and there's no better place to start than the Tower of London. The Tower of London's got enough stories to fill a library. From imprisoned royalty to mysterious ravens, this place has seen it all. The ravens, in particular, are fascinating. Legend has it that if they ever leave, the kingdom will fall. And don't forget to check out the crown jewels. They're absolutely dazzling. These treasures are a symbol of the monarchy's enduring power and are a must-see for any visitor. And while you're in the area, take a stroll across Tower Bridge. This iconic structure is not just a bridge, but a piece of architectural history. It's one of London's most iconic landmarks for a reason. The views from the top are simply breathtaking. From here you can see the sprawling cityscape, the River Thames winding its way through the heart of London, and the blend of historic and modern architecture that makes this city so unique. Okay, let's be honest, I love a good tourist trap as much as the next guy, but there's something truly special about discovering London's hidden gems. Take a wander down Neal's Yard in Covent Garden. It's a colourful explosion of independent shops, cafes and good vibes. Cultural ambassador, and speaking of Covent Garden, have you ever heard of Seven Dials? It's this quirky little intersection where seven streets meet, and it's absolutely chock full of character. You'll find everything from vintage boutiques to artisanal bakeries. It's a shopper's paradise, but my personal favourite hidden gem, that would have to be Leadenhall Market. This covered Victorian market is like stepping back in time. It even featured in the Harry Potter films. It's the perfect place to grab a bite to eat or simply soak up the atmosphere.
Section 5. A night at the theatre, darling.
Right, let's talk theatre. London's West End is legendary for a reason. From musicals to plays, there's something for everyone. And the best part, you don't need to break the bank to experience it. Keep an eye out for discounted tickets at the TKTS booth in Leicester Square. You might just snag yourself a bargain.
Pro tip. If you're feeling peckish before the show, grab a pre-theatre meal at one of the many restaurants in the area. Just make sure to leave enough time to find your seats.
Oh, and one more thing, don't forget to dress to impress. It's all part of the theatre experience, darling.
Section 6, Museum Hopping and Art Adventures.
Now, for all you culture vultures out there, London's got you covered. The British Museum is a must-visit. It's home to artifacts from all over the world, including the Rosetta Stone and the Elgin Marbles. And the best part, it's absolutely free to enter.
But if ancient history isn't really your thing, don't worry. There are plenty of other museums to choose from, like the Natural History Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, and the Science Museum. Trust me, you could spend days exploring all the incredible exhibitions on offer.
And let's not forget about London's art scene. From the Tate Modern to the National Gallery, this city is bursting with masterpieces. And for something a little different, check out the street art in Shoreditch. It's like an open-air gallery.
Section 7, Culinary Delights and Market Strolls.
All right, let's talk food, glorious food. London is a melting pot of cultures, and that's reflected in its incredible culinary scene. You can find everything from Michelin-starred restaurants to street food stalls, serving up delicious grub from every corner of the globe.
One of my favorite things to do in London is to spend an afternoon wandering around one of its many markets. Borough Market is a must-visit for foodies. It's a feast for the senses with its colorful stalls overflowing with fresh produce, artisan cheeses, and delicious street food.
And if you're looking for something a little different, check out Camden Market. It's a labyrinth of stalls selling everything from vintage clothing to handmade jewelry, and there are plenty of food stalls to keep you fueled up as you browse.
Section 8, The Sounds of London, Music to My Ears.
London's got a soundtrack all its own, and trust me, it's a banger. From world-famous music venues to hidden jazz bars, this city's got rhythm in spades. Catch a gig at the legendary O2 Arena, rock out at a pub in Camden Town, or get your classical fix at the Royal Albert Hall. The choice is yours. And don't even get me started on the street performers. You'll find talented musicians busking all over the city, from Covent Garden to South Bank Centre. Keep your ears open for the sounds of London, because you never know what musical gems you might discover.
Section 9, London's Green Spaces Urban Escapes.
Now I know what you're thinking. London's all hustle and bustle, right? Well, think again. This city's got more green spaces than you can shake a stick at. Perfect for escaping the urban jungle. We've already talked about Hyde Park and Regent's Park, but there are loads more where they came from. Richmond Park is a personal favourite. It's home to herds of wild deer, and you can even catch a glimpse of the city skyline from its highest point. And for something a little different, hop on a boat and head to Kew Gardens. It's a plant lover's paradise with stunning glass houses, exotic flowers, and even a treetop walkway.
Section 10. shopping spree and vintage treasures.
Calling all shopaholics, London is a shopper's paradise, whether you're after designer labels or vintage finds. Oxford Street is a must-visit for high street fashion, while Regent Street is home to department stores galore. And if you're feeling fancy, head to Bond Street for a spot of luxury shopping. But for a truly unique shopping experience, you got to check out London's markets. Portobello Road Market is legendary for its antiques and vintage finds, while Brick Lane Market is a treasure trove of independent boutiques and street food stalls. And don't forget to bring an extra suitcase for all your goodies. Section 11, London, you've stolen my heart. Well, folks, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of London through my eyes. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, this city's got it all. I've laughed, I've cried. Okay, maybe not cried, but I've definitely eaten my weight in fish and chips, and I've fallen head over heels in love with this incredible city. So what are you waiting for? Book that trip to London, pack your sense of adventure, and get ready to experience the magic for yourself. Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't.